Good morning, everybody. I'm already at my desk doing work, but I had to brag about these breakfast tacos that Duncan made. It's not something we normally have, but I am a fan. So it looks like it's eggs, pico that he makes, and he makes the best pico, and some sausage and some potatoes, and it is delicious. Also, I have to show off this pen. I think I showed it off because it is a Christmas gift. It's from the Ink and Paint collection, and I've definitely been writing with it, and it's like funny to have this like bobbing along while you're writing on your notepads. Can we just talk about how she's laying right now? Oh, Gadget, are you showing your shaved arm too? Gizmo's like, wait, don't forget me. She was laying flat before, so you couldn't even see her. They see you, Gizmo. But what is this mess? It's like, Mom, leave me alone. Good evening, everybody. I am done with work. I don't know why it's so light out right now. I'm done at the same time, but I don't have the office light on. But anyway, done with work, and it is time for today's stories in COVID tracing. So it is very helpful for me to like share my frustrations, and I don't think a lot of my friends truly understand what I am going through when it comes to some of these phone calls. Some people that haven't been in like a management position like just can't relate, and some people just plain don't care, and so many people are sick of hearing about COVID. So I apologize if you fall into one of those categories and you find my rants boring, but it helps me, and ultimately these are for us. So later in life, when I watch this video, I can be like, wow, you're in a much better place now. But anyway, so today's stories in COVID tracking. One girl lives with her boyfriend. They all share, it sounds like, so they must like live together in someone else's house in a one room with their daughter. Boyfriend's had symptoms for 3 days, and he got tested. She was at work today. We have policies where if you live with somebody that's has a pending COVID test or COVID symptoms, which obviously we all know, well, most of us know, that cold symptoms are COVID symptoms. That's why this thing is so tricky. Not to mention, this company has policies like on the door before people clock in. So, like, there's really no excuse for. I mean, basically, this person lied because you get asked if anyone you live with has a pending COVID test result. So anyway, they can't quarantine from each other because they all live in one room. So when that happens, we have to do 10 days from the symptom onset of the person that is positive, and then that day 10 becomes the person's day 1 of like their last 10-day incubation period. Of course, if they test positive and they're asymptomatic or they develop symptoms during that time, that can change all of that. But this person was like, I have to be out for a couple weeks. I was like, I just don't know how we're at this point in almost a year into COVID, and we still don't understand the processes. Now, of course, as people learn more about the virus, like CDC guidelines change, and honestly, we stick really close to CDC guidelines. But yeah, I'm just like, and this company has had the same COVID like guidelines forever. So I guess I'm just not sure where the confusion is or the surprise. So that's story number 1. Story number 2. It is starting to become a trend where people with a management title think they can't spread the virus more than their employees, which is laughable when you say it simply like that, but everyone can spread this thing. Everybody, any age. And not to mention, like, not that age would really have anything to do with it, but like sometimes like the employees are older than the manager or younger than the manager. So oh my God, I just can't. But like, I get it. Being a management position and being out of work is really tough. But we got to be safe. If you're okay with keeping your team members out because they have symptoms, you have to stay out because you have symptoms. I will just not understand. We had one person work with symptoms and it excluded another person with a management position. And the person even said to me, I knew I wasn't feeling well, so I kept my distance. And then the next day, they went in, they tried to call in another manager and they couldn't come in, so they worked anyway. Hopefully, I mean, everyone should be, the rule is you wear a mask, but, you know, not everyone likes to follow the rules, so hopefully that's the end of it. But I also feel like sharing this stuff because I get told all the time that people don't know the symptoms or people don't know the processes. So I'm hoping that by me sharing these things, you can learn something about COVID too. Not that I'm a medical professional, because I am not, but I am expert at knowing the CDC guidelines. That's very different. Just wanted to check in. She's mad because I turned on the camera. Why are you so grouchy? The world sees you being grouchy now. Oh, yes. I know. Thank you so much. Thank you. We are just plugging away at the to-do list. I just did my shipping for LuLaRoe. We did things a little out of order today because of her. She wanted to come snuggle with me. Normally I do shipping first so that I can get that out of the way. It's the most rigorous of my after work activities, so normally I just get it out of the way. But Gadget came up on her own, so I had to reward her with some snuggles. So we did a lot of the phone stuff, computer stuff first. Because, I mean, how do you say no to cuddles like this? Right? How do we say no to cuddles like this? They've been seen a lot. They had a 5-minute rant of me explaining stupid people, and I haven't even told you yet. I'll tell you later. And then they got this cutie sleeping and snuggling. What about your day?
Pretty uneventful. There were 2 football games.
Why is my slipper right there?
I don't know.
My slipper is on top of Stitch, stuffed animal, for some reason. Packers lost.
Womp womp.
Duncan's a Packers fan. I am by hometown loyalty, but I really don't like football or follow it. It's because you didn't wear your shirt.
That's what I'm saying.
Why didn't you wear it under your work shirt?
Well, then it won't last under my work shirt.
Can we put a picture of you in your shirt?
Probably.
Like here. He's had this shirt for...
since 1996.
Yeah. And he wore it in...
the last time we won the Super Bowl, like 2010.
Yeah. And it's not even a shirt anymore. It's literally just material.
It's a shirt.
It is not.
It is a sleeveless shirt.
You guys vote. Tell us, is that a shirt or not?
It's a sleeveless shirt.
It's material. Anyway, tomorrow is Monday. I'm like hoping I hear back from the job, but I only want to hear back from the job interview, the last one I had, if it's good news. So if it's bad news, I guess it can wait. My brain's not ready for bad news on my Friday. But I did apply for 3 other jobs tonight. So there's that. And then I made the mistake of going on Twitter a lot today. And I don't know, Biden posted something and I posted something about applying for 262 jobs, and I had these Twitter trolls like saying there's no way you applied for 262 jobs, and then there's another person that said don't purposely fail your interviews. And I'm like, at that point I was dealing with the people that I told you about at the beginning of the video, so I was so irritated, but I was like, I'll send you my spreadsheet. Then somebody asked me, she's like, oh, do you have an app? And I was like, no, Excel. But maybe I should make an app. App for logging your job applications during a pandemic and after college. It might be worth something, I don't know. If anyone wants to like sponsor me to start that app, let me know. But anyway, I legitimately have applied for 260 some jobs. And part of that was just to see like how many people actually respond. And there's so many as you scroll down my list. Well, like I only have 160 whatever on my list because the other 100 I logged for unemployment back when I first got laid off. So I don't have those ones on my sheet. But that's why I started doing it. I saw somebody on LinkedIn that was doing it. I was like, oh yeah, I really should do that. Because it's good to know when, you know, a company just ghosts its applicants. I get that like some jobs, especially big like name corporations, get 1,000 applications for one position. But like you can't tell me your screening or whatever program you're using for like tracking applicants doesn't have a reject button, or like, you know, when you select the people you want to go on to interview round, like there's no way in this day with technology there's not a send the form rejection email. There's no way. It's just rude. But anyway, that's my rant for tonight. Everyone needs deadlines.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming to the show! I've been